all undergraduate students come in and participate in a core group of classes. And the faculty has designed this core group of classes to inform students whether they're going into a studies track or whether they're going into a production track, to inform their future work as either media scholars or media makers. The core group of classes includes a year-long media history class so that students get a real firm foundation in knowing what's gone on before. What are the antecedents for the films that are being made now? What was the institutional configuration for network broadcasting, and how has that changed into the present? By providing a grounding in media history, students have a really great opportunity to reflect on what's been done and what can be done in the present and in the future. They also take a core writing class, and the faculty has been really concerned about integrating writing throughout the curriculum at the undergraduate level, and really starting with this 200 level beginning writing class. And this writing class now is being oriented towards a story and concept development class, a class where students have an opportunity to look at themselves, to think about what it is, where it is they've come from, what it is they know, what their experiences are, and to use creative methods to begin to find out what it is they're interested in expressing in an art form, what it is they're interested in pursuing as a filmmaker or as a video maker or as an audio artist or as a web designer. The other component to the department of visual and media arts is the visual arts part of the department. There aren't majors in visual arts, but visual arts provides great general education opportunities for students from across the college in art history, in creative process, in history of photography. So students have an opportunity to understand what are the artistic traditions that the media arts grow from. What are the artistic traditions that other communicative arts come from? So these classes provide an important liberal arts component to the college. And we're very proud of the visual arts classes and the arts history classes that exist in the department. Photography is another part of the visual arts component of the department, and we have a really active photography program with students taking everything from beginning 35 millimeter black and white photography all the way up to an exquisite digital photography class where students can take out digital still cameras, come back into our digital production laboratory and learn how to manipulate and print those photographs. They can output them on high quality printers, they can post them on the web, and the digital photography class, while it serves students from across the college, really serves the students in new media who are interested in bringing visual material to interactive media or to the web work also. So there's great integration between the visual arts component of the department and the media arts component of the department, and we see these as increasingly integrated as we seek to provide a great foundation for students to know about the history of art, the history of art making, approaches that artists use to creativity. We ask them to be informed in that way and to apply that information as they work through the major in media arts. Undergraduate program is divided into two tracks. One is a media studies track where students will learn different ways of looking at media products after they've already been made, ways of analyzing those products, ways of looking at them in the context of the culture and how they make meaning inside the culture, measuring the impact that those media have on audiences. And so that is what students learn in the media studies track. In the media production track, there's another palette of choices that we call concentrations. There are concentrations in audio, radio, in film, in new media, and in TV video. And students coming into the program will choose to, if they're in production, will choose to concentrate in one of those production technologies. And then all students, whether they're going into the studies track or going into the production track, all students take an introductory media production class. And that class includes some digital photography, digital audio work, some digital TV and video work, and also some very basic film work like flip books, so that students get an idea of how film works as well. And the reason for that class is the faculty are completely committed to the idea of the integration of theory and practice in the department. That students who are interested in being scholars need to understand how production works in order to be scholars. And likewise, students who are interested in production need to understand the history and theory of media in order to be informed producers. So that's the beginning level core. Then there's an upper division core that includes the media theory and criticism class, and also 2 advanced classes in media studies, one of which is a seminar organized with 15 students around a particular topic, with a faculty member who studied that topic in depth in a give and take kind of environment, in an environment where students read work, see work, and then discuss it with a faculty member. So I guess that's a quick overview of the undergraduate program. They see themselves connected to each other's success, and they work together. And this is not an environment where students compete with each other to see who is the best or who does the greatest work. This is a program and an environment where students say, I can learn something from working with that person over there. And I don't have to be the director or the producer. I can learn about lighting by working with them. And then when they go to produce and direct their own project, then there are other students who come and learn from them and work with them. And I've seen the most advanced students in our most advanced classes working on beginning student projects as production assistants, just willing to help, willing to learn from each other, willing to support each other. And that is a great environment for learning. There's a tremendous amount of peer education that goes on here too. Students really learn from one another and are really interested in sharing what they learn with each other. A great thing about the environment here at Emerson is also the co-curricular groups that exist at the border between the department and the Student Government Association. The student government funds a number of groups that exist in the department, groups of students who work with faculty members on particular kinds of endeavors, and the range is really exciting and interesting. There are groups of students who are funded to make films, Frames Per Second and Women in Motion. There's a group that brings guest speakers in. Emerson has a student group that publishes a media journal that analyzes film and television. I think it's the only student-run, student-produced journal like this in the country. From faculty members that I've talked with across the country that I know, this is really the only one. Completely initiated by students, using student papers, attracting student work from across the region and publishing this really excellent work that these students are doing, and really an exciting way to take what's happening in the classroom and to make it into something that can be shared with a broad constituency. There are production groups in TV video, Emerson Independent Video, that goes out and does documentary productions, that does service learning work, service-based work to nonprofit institutions, doing corporate and industrial kinds of videos. The audio area has really active students because it's such a great program for students who are interested in audio and interested in radio, and it has such a long history here. And one of the student groups that's just come about recently is Emerson Records. And this is a group of students who have gotten interested in producing their own CD. they teamed up with WERS, the student-run, student-managed, student-programmed radio station, to go through their archives, find live music recordings from live music weeks that have happened over many, many years, looked through those, listened to them, and to put together a really great compilation CD, which is the debut album of Emerson Records. And that record is going to be sold on Amazon.com. And it's just a tribute to the energy and the vision of the students that are here at Emerson, that find that have an idea and that have a vision and that find the resources and they find the faculty to make something happen. And they take their experience from the classroom and they find an endeavor that's going to engage them in producing something that's going to reach an audience. And that happens in audio, it happens in TV video, it happens in new media, it happens in film. And it's a wonderful part of the experience here at Emerson, and just having a full understanding of the kinds of tools that are available is really what we wish to provide for the students as they move from Emerson out into the world. And this is a faculty that supports students in being who they are and helping them figure out what it is that they wish to be.